my normal day starts quite early, usually around 5 a.m, and I'll get up and have me cuppa and get some good bumper work out of the road while there's no one there to annoy me. Then I'll get into the office and have to deal with the endless meetings and people and demands, and the bulk of my weekends are spent on traditional owner business. So I sit on the board of directors for our registered native title body corporate, as well as the economic arm, Dura Enterprises Limited. And most recently, I underwent some back surgery and wasn't overly happy with the services provided to me, and I threw my hat in the ring to sit on the board of directors for the Townsville General Hospital and see if I can make some changes there as well. It's a lot of work, not a lot of downtime, but enough to allow me to spend time with the grandkids and with those that I love. And I spend a lot of time trying to provide a better position for our people, whether it's socially, economically, or even acknowledged, to try and make a genuine change, you know, so that things are easier in the future.
I've got a lot of strong women in my life that have influenced where I am today. We've got my auntie, my grandmother, my mother. Yeah, and you know, unfortunately, some in our community, because of past experience, some of our men weren't able to adapt to that trauma and all that stuff as much as what our women were, and our women had to take that role. And so my community is very much a lot of strong women that do a lot in the community. And it motivates me to do what I do now so that my children are able to understand and learn more about their culture and identity and country. So my oldest daughter is 14, and then I have a son who's 12, a son who's 10, and a daughter who's 4. Well, I don't get much time to myself, that's for sure, but yeah, so, you know, I get up, get the kids ready, get them off to school, head to work, you know. Then, you know, after school, after work and school pickups, I've got football training, or I've got different things like that. So yeah, they come when I go into the schools and do things for the Junior Ranger program or for NAIDOC week. I'll go in, so the kids will come in and do head, shoulders, knees and toes and butcher language with me for the kids. They do sand art. They'll come in and dance. And the little kids like it. Their big brothers and sisters come in and show all their kids, their friends at school, how to do the dancing. So yeah, it's pretty hectic life, but I suppose you get used to it. Yeah, but I wouldn't have it in any other way.
In my early childhood, mainly it's my grandmother. She inspired me a lot. She learned me a lot about on women's side of the country, and also my auntie. And she's like into between, where she can do ladies' work and also men's work as well. And that inspired me that I can do 2 jobs, like being a mother and being a father at the same time. I do have children of my own. I look after them in the afternoon and also in the weekends. We go out crayfish, diving. I was a commercial fisherwoman, so me and my partner do commercial fishing in that area, up in the eastern area on Murray Island, and fishing, but mainly for us to feed on. And yeah, just enjoy the day where I got time to enjoy with them if I go back to work, because when I go back to work, it's just a full-time one.
A regular day or a regular week for myself is being a mother and a partner, getting kids off to school. The only day I have to myself is in the morning. The rest of it is wrapped around sports, kids, school and work. Females in particular, I don't have any female rangers in my family at all. I suppose I'm the first one. The backgrounds and the females in my life, we all either work in education or health. So hence the reason that's where I started, and I've gone to going back in country.
I absolutely love my job.
So what inspires me is I see myself as a teacher. You know, we're our knowledge holders as well. We're our next generation coming through. It's important for us to pass on our culture, our knowledge that we've learnt from our, you know, foremothers and our early generation. So just the female rangers that were within our communities as well. They weren't just rangers, they were our cultural advisors, they were cultural heritage officers, they were out on making sure that the men didn't go to the women's side. So, you know, it was all little steps, but they got there. So, apart from being a ranger, you know, that when we're all of that, you know, like we say, we go out to our sacred sites where we maintain, we clean, we're fire women, you know, we're fighting fires on the front line. We've got certificates, we're out in the sea with coxswain tickets. We're teachers, we're everything. And the list goes on, you know.
The reason why I became a ranger is because I wanted to follow in my brother's footsteps, help come back to country and look after it after studying down south. So I started out in Parks Victoria for a few months. For 9 months down there, then I came up and got a position which was my key out to be back on country, see the condition of country and what it's like, and also start women's business within my tribe, with all the Irukandji women, just to see where they're at currently and where we can go forward in the future. So that was my biggest aim, is to be like a role model for the younger ones that are in my family as well. They don't have to just be a ranger, but they can be whatever they want and strive for it.
There are a lot of females that inspire me. Not necessarily my elders or you know, I mean, although my mother and my elders are very inspirational, there are other people that do inspire me, like Larissa, who's substantially younger, but got an awful lot to, you know, to give to all women, whether they're older or younger. You know, we've had guest speaks from Liz Wren today. Liz very, very inspirational. You can't go past our State Minister, Leanne Enoch. And I think, you know, they're the big players in my life at the moment that I think, you know, they keep you wanting to achieve. But every single woman, every day, you know, it's tough for the ladies because we don't get the same recognition as men, and yet the workload's substantially bigger. Our jobs don't stop at 5 o'clock, and they certainly don't start at 8. You know, the work is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And to see some of the young ladies do that, especially single mums, doesn't get any better than that for inspiration.